Victor Perton here. In the Optimism Cafe, I had the opportunity to ask Peter Morison what makes him optimistic.
Yeah.
Peter Morison, what makes you optimistic?
What makes me optimistic? I think that we have a very connected group of people, no matter what circumstances we face. And we do fundamentally want to make a difference that's for the good of this world. And so I'm optimistic about that.
Back to the personal, if I can, because you're in a leadership position of leaders, and we believe that the times call for realistic and infectiously optimistic leaders, and infectiously optimistic leaders to counter the fear of the infection. So in your life and your work, who have been the people who've inspired you, the optimistic leaders that you say, yep, I want to be like them, or I've learnt lessons from them?
Look, I've walked among a lot of really enthusiastic and optimistic people in my life, which I'm thankful for. Some of them in my family. I read a lot, and he's no longer alive, but this will reveal my faith, I'm sure. But I think C.S. Lewis is a great optimist. I've read a lot of his work, and it's interesting that right now, while we're grappling with this coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak, C.S. Lewis wrote about a time when the atomic bomb was a concern for many people across the world, and I think he said something like, if we're all going to be destroyed by an atomic bomb, let that bomb, when it comes, find us doing sensible and human things. Praying, working, reading, listening to music, bathing the children, playing tennis, I like this one, chatting to our friends over a pint and a game of darts. Not huddled together like frightened sheep and thinking about bombs. They may break our bodies, a microbe can do that, but they need not dominate our minds.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. So, there's been a lot. When Rob's asked you the questions on strategy, you referred so brilliantly to the part that optimism plays in that, and in Jeff's questions on innovation, you've done that. So you've talked about your faith, and we've actually published lots and lots of material on the way in which faith reinforces optimism. So what are those other ways that you reinforce your optimism? Is it prayer? Is it meditation? Is it exercise? Is it choosing the company of optimistic people? What are your secrets, Peter?
I choose a number of those things. I've got a great life partner who's incredibly optimistic. Yes, I do pray. I get up every morning and consider my position in the world, and I'm thankful for it. I go for walks. I love walking because it gives me perspective, and things also enter my mind that are generally lateral and positive when I'm out walking. And I meet people. I wouldn't know half the people in my community if I didn't go walking. So I love that. At the moment, that's a little challenging, as you'd imagine. But we're maintaining contact, just physical distance, that's all. So there's some of the things that really keep perspective and keep me optimistic.
There's some brilliant scientific material this year on the value of just smiling at strangers.
Yes.
When you walk, just smiling or saying good morning, and the way it lifts you and the way it lifts the other person is just astonishing.
We hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you'd like to enjoy the work of the Centre for Optimism more, visit our website at centreforoptimism.com. Please feel free to subscribe or join, and we welcome your participation. And maybe you'd in fact like to lead a cafe like this